What's up guys, YST here and welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today, over the past week or so, I've actually been preparing for the free-to-play series that will be starting on Friday the 13th. So make sure you guys drop a sub if you don't want to miss out on that series, as it will be alongside HH Gaming and other content creators, and I definitely can't wait to participate in it. But I was thinking to myself, what is every single way in Raid Shadow Legends in 2023 to get both free shards, free epic skill tomes and legendary skill tomes, alongside some other resources such as gems and energy, which I'm going to be sharing all of that information in today's video. Now, we'll be focusing mainly on the shards and the skill tomes in particular, but most of these places will be double dipping or be able to have other resources such as energy into the mix. So I will also timeline below, so if you know most of these things and you just want to see if there's one you don't know about, just skim below, I'll timeline everything so you guys don't waste a bunch of time on stuff you already know. So let's get straight into it. So the first one that we're going to be speaking about is going to be the Clan Boss Rewards. And I'm pretty sure most of you guys are aware, this is the best place in the game, as of today, in my personal opinion, to get resources on a daily basis without using energy, right? Because you get the refreshes of the keys. And let's just say hypothetically you've just come into the game as of this year. Welcome to the community if you have. Well, you actually get a chance of an ancient shard from the easy clan boss chest, alongside some brews, some gear as well, and some silver. But of course, the end game goal is going to be the Ultra Nightmare clan boss. But even if we head into brutal, there's a chance for void shards, there's a chance for ancient shards, and there's a chance for 5 to 15 gems and epic skill tomes. Now, once we come against Nightmare, you actually start to get a chance for legendary skill tomes and sacred shards. And then in Ultra Nightmare is a very similar thing, but the drop rates are better. And then you get better gear as well, legendary skill tomes, epic skill tomes, and sacred shards. So definitely worth doing this on a daily basis. Make sure you're using all of your keys and optimizing this to the best of your capabilities. Because the main goal for me anyway, when I start the free-to-play series, is getting to Ultra Nightmare as quick as possible, right? I want to be able to start getting sacred shards and participating in fusions to upgrade my account to the best of its capabilities. So the next area that we're going to be focusing on is going to be the marketplace, guys, which is very underwhelming in terms of some other stuff such as the gear, as it's always common and uncommons with the occasional good 5-star piece. But at the start of each month, for 5 times a month, you actually get a chance to see ancient shards in the mix, which I actually did buy earlier on today. And it's at the cost of 200,000 silver, so around 1 million silver per month in order to buy all 5. And then if you keep an eye on your refreshes, which actually finishes in 10 seconds, let's see if we can get another one here. Because I've already claimed 3 out of my 5. Hopefully another one can pop up. Let's see. 3, 2, 1, and there we go. Perfect timing, guys. An ancient shard right here for 200,000 silver. And that will be my number 4. And what I've seen in the past 3 years is it only pops up while you're playing the game. So don't worry about having your game open 24/7 and stuff like that. I've personally managed to get all of my 5 every single month for as long as I can remember, just by checking on the marketplace. Now, I don't entice people to sit and spend gems on refreshes 24/7. Just keep an eye on this for refreshes while you're in the game, and then you should be seeing them 5 times a month on your accounts. And there's also mystery shards in there as well, so it's definitely worth getting them for fusions if you fall short on some shard events, so you've got some backup, as you see here, for those events, right? Or even like summon rushes or the Winter's Path events and stuff like that. Next up is going to be from the Doom Tower, one of my favorite places in the game. And basically, you get Milestone Rewards. So I guess a good idea would be to head into normal first. And then as you see here, on every boss stage, you get energy, you get silver, you get chickens, there's a void shard in the mix, epic skill tomes, and then you also get another void shard on floor 120. Now, you also get some extra resources along the way on each floor. And the amazing part of the Doom Tower is it does not take your personal resources. It's just a refresh of keys that you get 10 a day. So make sure you guys are staying on top of this and progressing to the highest floor that your account allows you to. Now, once you start heading into mid to end game, you'll start to want to participate in the hard Doom Tower, right? Which I still entice players to try your best to do the first few floors, if you can, right? Because you do get sacred shards, you get legendary skill tomes along the way, and you get a bunch of drops of gems and silver. and it's definitely one of the best places in this game to farm on a daily basis in each rotation, granted you're able to do it. So yeah, Doom Tower definitely makes the list for today's video. Now the next place is going to be the arena chests. And you can actually have a little glimpse at what there is up for grabs every single week. So every reset, you'll be able to get an arena reset chest. This is just the gold one, where you can get void shards, ancient shards, epic skill tomes, and gems alongside some gear artifacts and some brews. Now, you can actually get some other stuff. So if we head into silver, you can get a chance to get a silver or ancient shard, sorry. And then in bronze, you can still get ancient shards all the way down to the first tier. Now, I'm not sure the exact drop rates on these. Maybe somebody can let me know in the comment section below. But I do definitely see an ancient shard or an epic skill tome most weeks. But occasionally I do get the void shard as well. And then obviously if you're in Platinum Arena, you can get sacred shards and avatars alongside Swift Parry and the other gear sets of deflection. But alright, next one is going to be the daily login. So I'm sure many of you guys are aware of this, where you can sign in every single day from 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and along the way you're getting sacred shards, void shards, and it's definitely a lot better at the start of the game. You see a lot of value here, right? And then as you get into like 120, the shards seem to drop off a little bit, but you do get an epic champion and an ancient shard. At 150 days, there's a void shard in here, in the mix. 180 days, there's still no sacreds here, but there's a void just before Seal of the Drakes, and some other goodies such as tomes. And then 210 days, there's only ancient shards, ancients and voids. There's a sacred here, well, 2 sacreds before Vizix. Actually forgot there was a double drop in the same week, so that's very substantial. And then there was actually before a sacred shard every single month, right? And a 5-star chicken, RIP. But they actually got rid of it to implement fragments for champions, right? I can't recall every single one. There was like Cleopteryx, Gerda Bog Brew, Scion, which was trash. At the moment, there's Seas, this epic champion. But along the way, you still can get some tomes, you still can get some ancient and void shards, and it's still worth signing in every single day because free is free. But hopefully one day we can get a sacred shard back. Please, Plarium, just give it back to us. But yeah, that's a great way to sign in every day and get a dose of free resources. Our next place is going to be advanced quests. Now, what am I talking about? Well, if we just navigate down to the quest tab down to the bottom, you can actually get milestone rewards by completing 275 stars. Where you can get epic skill tome, a legendary skill tome, and a 5-star chicken, alongside other resources such as gems, faction wars keys, to help you progress or get extra glyphs. We've got tag team arena coins, and then we've also got energy refills as well, if you complete them all, alongside some Plarium points. Now, heading into the actual other quests, we have got monthly quests, right? Where if you complete all of the dailies, which can give you energy and 10 gems, you do that for 7 days, you will unlock the weekly one for an ancient shard. You do the same thing for a month, you will then get a sacred shard and a void shard. So don't be like me, don't miss your quest, definitely try to get this as efficiently as possible. I always tend to always forget one. Which one do I always forget to do? I think it's the summon free champions. I tend to do everything, and then I always forget to do the summoning bit. I don't know. It takes me 3 seconds, but I do tend to miss out on it a lot. But definitely keep an eye on this. It's worth doing every single day to lead up to that sacred shard at the end, which will really help you out in future fusions and events. Now, on the same topic of quests, I guess it's worth mentioning the clan quests. So we head into the clan tab, go down to clan quests. You can actually do these, get yourself some gold coins, which is going to enable the clan shop. And inside here, you can get yourself some void shards, which I did just purchase. You can also get, I believe, it comes on rotation. So in the item pool, there's void shards, there's legendary skill tomes, epic skill tomes, chaos ores. You can get Yakal, who's a great champion as well. There's Yannicka, great nuker for the arena. You can get avatars, energy, and a bunch of resources. So definitely stay on top of your clan quests every single week. Distribute it evenly alongside your clan. Purchase these as efficiently as you can, and then you'll get an extra chance of getting these rewards in your game. Next one is going to be the progressive rewards. Now this is simply just by leveling up your accounts, and every single 5 levels leading up to the 100 cap, which they did increase from level 60, I believe last year. Or it could have been longer than that, who knows. But you do get gems, you get silver, epic skill tomes, legendary skill tomes, sacred shards at level 60 and 100, alongside other resources on the way. So as you're progressing, definitely something to pay attention to every single 5 levels that you get up to. Okay, so next one is going to be the dungeon drops. Now, if you pay close attention in the dungeons, head straight after the artifact drops. I'll move myself out of the way simply for this one. There is an ancient shard drop here. So pay attention to your multi-battles, guys. If you are farming your multi-battles, you might see that there might be a cheeky little ancient shard or two at the bottom of that list once you complete them. So it could be a great way to save up some shards whilst double dipping with your Dungeon Divers events, for example. Very cool. Okay, so next up is going to be Faction Wars progression. Probably one of the best places as well. But obviously, once you get to the end of Lydia, which is one of the best parts of this, right? You're getting a free Void legendary champion who is S tier in my opinion. But of course, this video is about resources. So if you guys are in your same progressive period, maybe you're just getting a bit lazy with it and slacking, try your best to optimize your stars as much as possible. Reason being is, guys, it's not like a dungeon, right? Or anything else. You don't need energy in order to do this. You get your 12 keys plus an extra 6 from completing your advanced quests, and you're getting glyphs, you're getting forged materials, and you're also progressing to get all of these juicy rewards, which you could start off from 5 to 120 stars of having ancient and rare tomes. Would then start leading into void shards and epic skill tomes, so definitely starts to ramp up. And then it will go into void shards and legendary skill tomes again. And then we have the implementation of sacred shards at 655 stars alongside all of these other resources. And this one here actually blew my mind. Like, when I was revisiting this, I can't recall getting this many sacreds. Like, this is astronomical for players. So if you're getting close to like the 600 star limit, definitely try your best to push as quick as possible, because free sacred shards, very, very cool, man. It's definitely worth striving for, right? So is everything else here, to be honest. All very strong resources. And then we've got another sacred shard here with a legendary skill tome and voids. And then it will cap off here at a 5-star chicken. So definitely try your best to progress in this. Get loads of resources on the way that have very high value, by the way, in this game. And then boom. Finish off your stars, get yourself a Lydia the Death Siren, and throw it into your Doom Tower / Clan Boss teams or whatever you want to use it, right? But yeah, really cool Faction Wars. I love that area in the game for sure. Next up is going to be the Milestone Rewards. Now, what am I talking about? Well, we're referring to the progress missions, right? Now, unfortunately, I can't show you all of the lower floors because my account is a bit more developed. But if you pay close attention here, for specific ones, so this dungeon mission will give me a void shard and 100 gems, which is substantial. Ancient shards, more void shards, energy refills. We've got materials for the forge, ancient shards. It's definitely worth doing this every single time that you can progress. Now, you also get milestones such as gems, sacred shards, tomes, a free legendary void champion in Arbiter, and then it starts to go up to Rabantu as well, which I'm still not there yet. Don't bash me in the comments. I keep getting stuck on those tag team arena ones. We got to fight them for like 1,000 times, and that's like my most hated place in the game. So yeah, I'll get there in the end. I like having something to strive towards anyway. But yeah, pay close attention to this. Maybe there is a cheeky little mission you haven't completed yet, and it takes you 5 minutes to complete. Definitely worth paying attention to do this every single day. Something to strive to, right? Next up is going to be events and tournaments. Something self-explanatory, but worth talking about because there is switches and rotations when referring to this. Now, what am I talking about? Well, it's going to be, just for an example, the Spider Tournament, which is going to enable an epic skill tome on the right-hand side at 2,750 points. As you see, there's also resources such as the coins for the Altar of Souls, there's silver, brews, and chickens. But if you pay close attention to the top 6 places, or should I say the top 10 places, there's actually relentless gear, there's ancient shards, there's gems in the mix, and energy refills. So definitely, if you can, if you're doing like fusions or just events in general, try your best to stay on the top of the leaderboard. You might have yourself an easy bracket that you can come through and snipe like a 6th place and get yourself a shard. But of course, there's rotations. So for another example, if we head into the Champion Training Tournament, which is out at the moment, there's actually epic skill tomes and chaos ores in replacement of the shards, right? But then the shards are now in the Milestone Rewards. So epic skill tome at 6,500, 5,300 for an ancient shard, and 2,950 for the gems. So definitely pay close attention to this. Of course, if you're doing fusions, you're gonna have to do this anyway, as the fusion usually sits around the 5th slot or something like that, depending on the type of fusion. Sometimes it's a bit lower and the second amount will be in the top as well. But try your best to always push for the top if your account allows you to, because you're getting resources that are so scarce in this game. Like to be able to get tomes, just for like the sake of an extra 1,000 points, can really help out your roster and be able to progress your account. So yeah, very important. As is events, right? Pay close attention to events. Sometimes you get fusion warm-ups where there's an ancient shard for practically the cost of doing something so small every day, which we may see in the future, right? We've got the new fusion coming out in Pythion. So maybe pay close attention to the fusion warm-up, as there usually, traditionally, is an ancient shard for such a low cost of resources. I believe sometimes it's farm dungeons or accessories, or champion training, but the points are so small for those fusion warm-ups. And there's sometimes gems in there, there's silver, and all of that good stuff. But in terms of this one, there's a skill tome, but I wouldn't entice people to do this particular summon rush this week because of that fusion starting on the 12th of January, right? So yeah, that's just something that I really need to note there because they're very, very important in this game. Now, the next one is going to be campaign. Now, this is something that I haven't spoken about in a while, but this is something that I think is worth mentioning. Now, for every single milestone, right, you actually get resources along the way, whether that be shards, gems, bruised, silver, and all of that good stuff, ending off with a sacred shards once you complete Mortu Macabre on each rotation. Now, what's worth mentioning is, if you're on Brutal, right, you've been farming all of this time, you got to Brutal 12-3, which is the traditional place where players like to farm. Well, you might have forgotten that there is a Nightmare variation, which actually has a bunch of resources, guys. Now, I'm not expecting you all to get through this in 2 seconds. Right? Obviously, it's very, very hard on some of the waves, such as the Valkyries, the Turvoids, and stuff like that. And it is intensive on resources such as energy. I completely understand. But if you can get through, let's just say you're mid-game, right? You're really struggling. Try to get at least to like stage 6 or stage 7, slowly but surely, with some spare energy you might have on the side. Maybe before you go to sleep and you like to be efficient with your energy. Let's just say you've got 130 left, you're thinking, what should I farm today? And you don't want to farm a dungeon. You could potentially just do a few levels of this every day, right? Go through, maybe complete 3 floors, slowly get through it, and then you'll be able to get so much resources on the way. I'm remembering like legendary gear or something. There was definitely big drops of ancient shards. There was skill tomes in there, chickens. It was definitely to a value that was worth the resource put in. I even look here, 3 million silver, gems, 3 times 5-star chickens, a sacred shard. It's definitely worth something to strive for, and don't forget about the Nightmare one as well, if your account allows you to. You definitely won't be underwhelmed by the rewards in that milestone there, for sure. Now, the next place that we are going to be speaking about is going to be the Bazaar from the Tag Team Arena, and just by completing battles every single week and completing your tiers of doing 10 battles a week, you'll be able to get yourself some gold bars, which you can now purchase stuff in the Bazaar Shop. So for the bronze tier, you can buy yourself ancient shards and energy or rare skill tomes, leading into the silver category, where void shards are up for grabs for a cost of 15,000, which is pretty intensive, and 13,000 for epic skill tomes, but it is an option out there. And then also legendary skill tomes and sacred shards once you get into the gold tier. So definitely worth paying attention to the shop. I like to save up my resources for fusions, just in case I fall short, and then I've got a chance to buy something like a sacred shard to finish up a summon rush. But that's just something that I like to do on my personal account, right? One simple thing as well, I know we're speaking about shards and epic skill tomes, but definitely unlock your gem mine. Now, the capacity is 15 gems that will refresh, and it's the best way that if you're farming this game for more than 6 months, you definitely want this, as you get a return in your investment of what you put in to purchase it, and then the rest is just generating free gems every single day. So definitely one of the best places in this game for gem output. Next up is going to be something that's not in the game as of today, but it's going to be CVC rewards. Now with CVC you get personal rewards, which happens I believe every 4 weeks, and then every 2 weeks we have a CVC, which also has milestone rewards. Now what I like to do is save up my resources, right? Such as my tomes, and I save that as a period to put into my champions. so I can get some resources back from the CVC, right? So it's just a good little addition to get stuff back for stuff I would have been doing anyway, right? So definitely coordinate with your clan, try your best to get to the top milestone reward, and you'll be able to get some shards, some gems, some other stuff along the way throughout those CVC tournaments every single 2 weeks. So yeah. Next up is going to be the referral program. Now with the referral program, it's very intensive, but there is ways such as opening multiple instances with BlueStacks, where you can set up like different screens and get this done, but it's very, very time consuming. That's what I would say, right? And I also believe you need like a PC enabled to do it. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I've never done that referring my own thing kind of thing. But the rewards are really juicy. We're getting some Chaos Ores in here. We're getting Jamasa, the Epic Champion. We're getting Avatars. We're getting Chronom, the Legendary Champion. There's like 6 Sacred Shards up for grabs. Well, 7 including this one. And then Legendary Skill Tomes and Chickens. So the rewards are super enticing, but it's just really hard to find 6 new people in real life anyway, without finessing the system, to be able to get them to level 50 without losing interest. It's intensive, man. Like, very, very intensive. But yeah, it's definitely in the game for anybody that is wanting to do this, to get yourself some free resources along the way, right? So we're now getting down to the final place in the game. And that's going to be, drumroll please, the weekly Ancient Shard, the most famous shard in Raid Shadow Legends. So make sure you guys are claiming this on a weekly basis in order to get this Ancient Shard, right? Definitely worth getting in this game for sure. And actually, that's not the last thing, because in the clan, you actually get in the, where is it? In the clan rankings or members, you get this clan chest, right? And it can enable you to get ancient shards occasionally. You get gems, you get energy refills and stuff like that. And the way to do that is checking your stars. So you can just check in, you get a star. You get 2 stars by completing any of these activities. And then you get 3 stars by completing these ones. Now, if your clan coordinates and actually gets 3 stars each, you'll start to pump out these chests a lot more efficiently on a daily basis. So definitely try your best to do this and occasionally get yourself a free resources whenever this bumps out. Now, I would love to see it increase in what it does drop to give it players a more enticing feeling to do this every day. Maybe just up the rates or something. But it's definitely in the game for you guys to go and do on a daily or weekly basis, depending on your clan levels and stuff. And whilst we are on the topic of free stuff, of course, it's not according to what I was speaking about in today's video, but you can get free resources every single week by doing your Hydra Boss clan keys, which is going to enable you to get other resources such as Mortal Soul Stones, Mithrala, the free Void Legendary Champion, and also some great gear such as Stone Skin, alongside some clan gold as well. So definitely try your best to do this every single week, whether that be normal, hard, or any of the difficulties, as they all give you great values of what you're doing anyway in the game, because it's not going to cost you anything with your free keys per week. So definitely try to optimize this as best as possible. So yeah guys, that is going to be all for today's video. And let me know if you think I forgot anything in this game in regards of the tomes and the shards. I don't feel like I have, because I did search everywhere in the game to try and search those. And if you did enjoy it, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.